You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the World's Team Podcast, part of the Bleav Network and powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm Paul Stewart, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Mike Poland. And this week, we're looking ahead to the Dallas Cowboys matchup against the Washington Commanders. It's been a strange week in Dallas. Trevon Diggs is out suffering a concussion at home. Yes, you've heard that right. He tripped up, took a knock, so the Cowboys will be without one of their top defensive stars. But on the positive side, CeeDee Lamb is 100% good to go, which is great news for the offense after that rough outing against Carolina. And over in Washington, their top receiver, Terry McLaurin, is officially out, which could really tilt things in the Cowboys' favor. So can Dallas bounce back and get back to winning ways after that dreadful performance against the Carolina Panthers? We're here to break it all. Look at the matchups, give our thoughts ahead of this NFC East showdown. But yeah, Mike, what is your initial thoughts going into this game?
I think if you was to say what is more likely, the Cowboys continue the trend from the Panthers last week or that they bounce back, I feel that they will bounce back just purely based on what we know about Schottenheimer so far. Like when you think of everything that was going on in the preseason and the way he drills into people, remember in Oxnard, there was the scraps and he had enough of it. He was like, right, off you go. You can just run suicides for the rest of the day. I feel that's his style and that he will drag this team out. We did say, if you remember, when talking of preseason, that we liked everything that Schottenheimer had done until the regular season. One of the things I said is, what I want to see is what happens when this team hits a roadblock, when controversy sets in. Can Schottenheimer be that tide that raises all ships? We're about to find that out.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's my initial thoughts going into this game is like after that Carolina Panthers game, it's probably one of the worst defensive performances we ever saw. We saw Rico Dowdle basically having a record day. Basically, like since the last, we haven't taken that single beatdown by one player since like Calvin Johnson back in 2013. That's how long ago it was. So yeah, that was a bit of a reality check. But yeah, man. But let's just dive straight into it, Mike. So you've got the injury report there. So hit me with it. What is the now official status of going into this game with the?
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off then. But yeah, I mean, obviously you just said Diggs, he's out. Yep. Backup guard Trevor Keegan, he's out as well with a neck injury, basically. Then we got a bunch of limited, so questionable guys going into this game. That's Kalen Carson, Ajane Cornelius, Marshawn Nealon, Jonathan Mingo, Mazzie Smith, and Juanye Thomas. The good news. This is where it gets good. You mentioned already that that Lamb is back. Mm-hmm. That's brilliant. I know, obviously, we'll discuss him a bit more in a moment. Tyler Booker, full participant. Whether he'll start this week, I don't know, because it's your starting guard and things are a bit questionable there. Do you want to rush him back? I mean, we'll talk about the offensive line as well, because I've got to take on that. James Houston's full. Jack Sanborn's back off concussion protocol. Tyler Smith was full as well. And the other good news is both Gavontae Turpin and Donovan Wilson are full participants. So the team is getting healthier.
Yeah, offensively, especially. I mean,
yes.
That's the most important thing. Obviously, we do have our qualms about our defense, and rightly so. Like obviously, Matt Eberflus is, like, I don't know about you, but I feel as though he is really on the hot seat right now. I really do. Like, given what's been going on and after hearing what he had to say during the media day, like at the Star, like it just didn't, like it kind of sparked something that's just like that is something like just not connecting right within the players and the coaching, or maybe whatever it is with the scheme, whatever. We just don't know. but something just doesn't sense right. And obviously, we're seeing that on the field. There's a big disconnect. Like whether it's like Kenneth Murray, for example, like not making the right play in terms of that. If you might remember that slant pass on Carolina, if Kenneth Murray actually did his assignment on time, he would have made that pass deflection and would have broken up that play, but he didn't. He actually looked as though he was one a rush, like blitz essentially. Then he's like, oh no, I'm actually dropping back. Like it was like a brain fart moment. Stuff like that is what destroys us. Essentially, we can't afford to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we spoke about Matt Eberflus on the UK Cowboys show, and I asked the question about how hot is the hot seat, and I think it is flaming hot. Like it's
like
flaming
the Sahara Desert.
Yeah. And Lorne said very seldom does Jerry Jones fire coaches in mid-season. He just doesn't do it. I know, obviously, there has been in the past. We have seen it, but it's very, very rare.
Rare, yeah.
But the way things are at the moment, when you go through it and you go on the defensive side, just some, the baseline stats in terms of total yards against, points against, passing yards against, rushing yards against. You look at all of those on defense, and the Cowboys are like 31st, 32nd, 29th. And it just goes on, and you're just like, at some point, I think Jerry he's going to be looking at that and going, listen, guys, at some point, enough is enough. Like that, it just has to end because this is awful. This is worse than Mike Nolan.
Yeah, and we kind of mentioned that at the post-game show. Like, obviously, you made the statement where, and like I said, you weren't the only one where like people share that same sentiment. Like people would rather have Mike Nolan back, and I'm like, wow, and that is saying
something.
That's saying something. It really is. But yeah, man, it's like I said, like I think Eberflus is definitely like his seat is on fire like the Sahara Desert. That's the way I'm kind of describing it right now.
Yeah.
But he has a lot to really improve. To kind of like, if he can turn this around, great. But essentially, right now, he must know that himself, his coaching staff within the defense, and the players realize they're the ones that are actually damaging this overall football team. Special teams is working great. Offense is playing at an elite level. Like the only problem is our defense. That's it.
Yeah.
Like
defense is dragging everything down. I can remember.
We should not. Sorry, we shouldn't have to like score 40 plus points to keep ourselves in the game.
Yeah, to make a tie.
We shouldn't have to battle it out with Carolina. Like that game, I think we were like nearly 70% favorites to win that game. And going into this game, Mike, the Cowboys are not the favorites, according to ESPN. We're 45% favorites. Like obviously Washington being the 55, but in terms of like the FanDuel, this is what I find quite interesting. So let me bring up the FanDuel Sportsbook odds. So currently right now, the Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys, in terms of the spread, the Commanders are plus 1.5. And the Cowboys are obviously minus 1.5. So, I mean, I don't know how you would want to take that, but it's, if I remember correctly, the Cowboys are slight favorites in that.
Yes. Yeah, they would be.
And in terms of the spread, not the spread, the money line, Cowboys are minus 112, whereas Washington is minus 104. So it's pretty much almost neck and neck.
Not too far away.
Not too far away. And obviously with the over and under, it's 54.5 it's been set at. So, and like I said on the UK Cowboys fans, I expect this game to be a really high-scoring game, given the fact what our defense has been like and how our offense has been playing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, mate. What do you make about the like the odds in terms of the favorites from the pundits?
You go across some of them, and they are a little all over the place, which really, to me, says you're looking at a 3-3 Washington team on the road against a team that's high-powered, and how this season played well at home. So the odd makers are looking at it going, Cowboys defense is really bad, offense is really good, but Washington also they're a 500 team, and like they go in here trying to find another way to get a win. So the odd makers are kind of all over the place because they're like, don't really know how this is going to go.
Yeah, I mean, even for us, like, well, in fact, if we were to win this game, we would technically be a 500 team, even though we've got a draw.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird even saying that, but in terms of also going into this game, Mike, obviously we kind of covered with some of the injuries there. We kind of obviously we know that it's like Sanborn, Wilson, Turpin, etc. They're all going to be playing, but like Turpin, etc. I think they're going to be. It's good to see them coming back.
Yes.
That kind of leaves the question now for my guy Ryan Flournoy. Does he now take a back seat now that Turpin's back?
Okay. So first of all, fantastic game against the Jets, Stormer. I think that's your ceiling. So it's a great ceiling.
Yeah.
Then when the offense struggled, if you look last week, they shifted away from Flournoy, and it was really the Pickens game because you were just like, right, we need reliability. So that tells you what they're thinking of Flournoy. But I think what they're going to do at this stage now is you put Turpin in, and you just go to those two guys. Best man wins. And you create an in-season battle right now, which is good. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, totally. I totally agree with you. But yeah, mate, I'm just trying to think. Like, you do a segment on bloggingtheboys.com. Very popular segment you do called try to think of all the positives going into each game. So hit me with it, mate. What are the positives going into this game?
All right then. Yeah, this is quite nice. That the Cowboys at home this season. So we know that they're the best ranked offense, but at home they're averaging 331 yards passing, which is the most by a long way. And I know what people are going to say, yeah, but the defense, I understand, but we're just looking at the positives, finding an optimistic view. On the other side, the Washington Commanders, I think they rank on the road against the pass. They're like 26, and they're allowing about 270 yards passing. So they are struggling. Some other big positives is they are giving up the 8th most sacks. I know the Cowboys aren't getting many sacks, but this is the type of game where you can do it, providing, and I know we're going to the keys to victory in a little bit, but that's one of the things, is slowing Jaden Daniels down. The offensive line doesn't give up many pressures, but it's giving up a lot of sacks. So that tells you that the offensive line is holding up, but it's losing contain when Daniel starts moving around. And then obviously guys are able to either collapse the pocket or bring him down on the scramble. So that's some big positives. There's a few others, but I mean, like, hit me with what you think are some nice positives here.
You're asking me what positives?
Yeah,
I
just
think?
Generally what you think. Just a positive, optimistic idea.
I mean, it's really hard to fit.
It's a big one.
Well, for me, like, my initial positives is obviously with the offense. That's the most given. The fact
everything is at the moment.
Like, it's Tyler Booker being back.
There you go. There you go. I was waiting for that.
That's what I'm so excited for. Like, I want to see our first round draft pick, Tyler Booker, back in action. I'm so glad he's going to be back. CeeDee Lamb, Turpin. Like, offensively, I'm really happy. But even though we're getting guys coming back from the defense, it's not sparking that positivity as much because there's still a big question mark behind them right now because of how they're playing.
I can give you a big positive on the defense that you will like.
All right, then hit me with it.
All right. That Donovan Izaraku, since week 1, his snap count has gone up week by week. Although last week was bad defensively, Donovan Izaraku got a PFF grade of a 91, I think it was 91.2. Highest graded player on the Cowboys and one of the highest graded defensive ends in last week's, that was a starter or, took so many snaps. I can't remember the exact snap count I used. But it goes to show that you've got this, I think you can call him a spark plug, really, that he's that spark plug on the edge that is progressively getting better and better. Hasn't registered a sack yet, but you're seeing each time he was a step away. Now he's a fingertip away from getting to that sack. There's a big positive. You've got a rising star on the defense, slowly coming along.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Izaraku. We both are. I mean, we talked about him a lot during the whole draft process. We talked about him like we were shocked the fact that we managed to get him in the second round. He just fell out to our laps. But I'm just kind of like, just knowing how we are right now. Like, I think the biggest positive defensively, actually, here's my take, is the fact that James Houston is going to be fully fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, talking about guys coming back then, right? I've got a good one. It just popped into my head. Would you like to see James Houston in this game? Or Donovan Izaraku? Can be either of those guys. Dante Fowler as well. Let's throw him in. Either of those guys get more than one sack in this game. So it could be 2 sacks, could be 3 sacks. Would you like to see that? Wait. Or CeeDee Lamb is back. Would you like to see CeeDee Lamb come back in the fold and have a 150-yard game with 2 touchdowns? Which one would you want to see?
Defense. Sorry.
You'd want to see like either Houston or Izaraku.
Well, not so much just Izaraku and Houston. It's just I want to see an overall better defensive play. Like, I have no issue with our... You okay there?
Yeah, sorry, something was flashing over there. I think it's something reflecting off the wall from outside. It's catching my attention. Sorry.
Yeah, like I think in terms of what I'm thinking, right? Like I have no issue with Lamb getting 150 yards or whatever, and that. I think he'll get that, but I'd rather see our defense improve. I want to see if there actually is something that does actually click under Matt Eberflus. Like, I know he's on the hot seat. I don't want to give up on him.
Yeah.
In that way, like, because I want Eberflus to succeed. I really do.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not going well for him. It really is not. And my frustrations, obviously, it's almost at that point. If this game doesn't show any improvement, I can see a changeover. So this is why I really want to see, like a Donovan, like a Izaraku, even our linebackers, which I'm sure we're going to talk about a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I want to see mass improvement, especially when it comes to dropping back into coverage and even when it comes to attacking the quarterback in the pass rush.
Okay. So here's a good one then. Answer me this. Would you want to see the Cowboys in this game win the game in a massive blowout, right? Big blowout game at home. Cowboys win, let's say, 40-28, right? So I know they score. You're just assuming they're going to score a lot of points on either side, right? So let's say that happens. Would you want to see that? Or would you want to see the Cowboys turn the game around in the game? So say at halftime they're down. They're down like 20-10. But then they come out in the second half, figure it out. The defense figures it out. Next thing you know, Cowboys win and the comeback win.
I've had enough of the losing my hairline even more. So for option 1, I want us to dominate from offense and defense. Yep, because like the fact that we put ourselves in that position means we're still not ready. Even though we may have won, because the comeback would have to come back from mostly the offense. Really, that's the way I'm seeing it. Like, end of the day, the defense still slightly failed in that regard. So I'd rather see us dominate our defense, getting 4 and outs, like limiting scoring opportunities, stopping them from in the end zone. like only limit them to like field goals or something like that. Just to
Okay.
that's the way I'm kind of seeing it. So
It depends how the defense goes about it. So, but I mean, firing questions here because I've got a third one.
well, we're supposed to leave that to the end.
No. I just thought of an. They're just coming in as you're talking. Sorry, I still got some other ones. Don't worry. But like, because we're talking of the defense and like, that they're trying to hold them to field goals. So it's how they go about it. So for you, a marked improvement on the defense, right? And you're saying you want to see Matt Eberflus succeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does the defense do it by creating turnovers? So say they get like 4 or 5 turnovers in the game, which tilts the game completely over? Or do you want to see it that the Cowboys keep the Washington offense like to less than 200 total yards?
I think it'd be more successful from a statistical standpoint. Like in terms of past, I wouldn't say turnovers because turnovers is just that's a added bonus. It's more of pass deflections. It's more of like like drop passes, etc. That's what I want to see. Like is making Washington crumble. Like that's the pressure that I'm looking for from our defense, not just up front, but in terms of our secondary as well. Like because our problem, especially when it comes to our secondary, I know it's all related because of our pass rush, but in terms of our secondary, getting at the right place, making be in the right place at the right time, making those hits, making wide receivers drop the ball, that's a win for me.
Okay. As you were talking, and I was just sorry when you talk and I've got time to think. I'll think of things. So sorry.
Nah, that's not good. But I mean, I know we've been trying to think of all the positives and stuff like that, but I don't want to go down into the negatives because I really do want us to try and get back to winning ways, especially with this being a rival game, Mike. This like long history with Washington.
Oh
like,
yes.
Despite the name changes over the years, etc., like they were just the Washington football team, the Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders. Like, well, I've put that in the wrong order.
It's okay.
Redskins.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, but try to look forward into this game. What does the Cowboys need to avoid in terms of a loss?
Okay, well, there's 2 things to it. Number one is Krosky Merritt, 5.7 yards per carry this year. You cannot let that dude hit the A gaps and go because he will. He's a one cut back, but it's incredibly sharp, which is how he's able to do what he's doing at the moment. So you have to contain Merritt at all costs. The other one is contain Jaden Daniels, and it's kind of like I'm leading into the keys to victory here. But what that predicates itself on is the defensive ends staying inside their rush lanes. If they start overrunning and trying to come in, Daniels is just going to move out and then he's got room to run. So you have to stay in those rush lanes, be completely committed and what's the word I'm looking for? Committed and very efficient on that outside. If you don't hold it and you try and play hero ball on the outside, Daniels is going to take you for it. So the Cowboys have to avoid that. They really, really do. On the opposite side, they have to stop the front. So they don't blitz very much, the Commanders, but they do like to stunt. So be prepared for it. The big thing on the offense is the right-hand side of the offensive line. It's got to hold. If Booker's back and he's 100% healthy, my concerns alleviate a little bit.
Yeah. I think for us, what we need to avoid is linebackers need to...
Linebackers is a big one.
Like, linebackers need to actually stick to their role. Like, know their assignment. Like, try not to blitz when you're supposed to be in coverage. Like, and like you were kind of saying, hit your gaps correctly. Know your gaps. No, like if you're like a defense, no taking any digs to any of our defensive linemen, but it's like there has been some plays where we saw some players maybe going into the B gap, they were supposed to go to the D gap, A gap. Like you're just like, and that's where it caused a little bit of confusion.
Communication was off, definitely.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm really trying to get at is like communication. Understand your assignment. Like that's one thing we need to make sure that we avoid is making those mistakes again. So, but hit me with it with the keys to victory, Mike.
The keys to victory. So I'm going to assume at this stage that Booker isn't playing, although he's a full participant. If he is, this changes slightly, but we'll go with off the premise the Bass is in. So the keys to victory is the center guard communication between Bass and Hoffman. It was off last week. It needs to be there. You just spoke about communication. Those pair really need to get at it. If they allow Washington in this game to dictate the pace and slow Javonte Williams down, then what comes next is their little bag of tricks that they like to come out with on these exotic stunts that they like to play. You do that against Hoffman and Bass, it's going to be like what it was in the Panthers, and they're going to get completely mauled. On the opposite side, the other keys to victory on the opposite side is something I just mentioned. It's control and contain the A and B gaps, as well as your defensive ends. Not so much trying to sack Jane Daniels, but control the outside edge. Set a hard edge, plant that foot, and keep it in there. Don't let Daniels get out.
Make them make mistakes. That's the end game, really. What you want to do
on defense, really. When you stop and you look at it, rather than trying to go at them and go crazy, it's more about being patient. It's about like just doing the boring stuff. Basically, it's really boring on the defensive line this game because it's hold. It's stand there, hold, and just keep all the gaps held together. Don't really worry about trying to sack Daniels. Just keep him in the pocket because that's when he'll make mistakes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah. I think in terms of offensively, just keep doing what we've been doing. Obviously, we didn't really have a steady run game last week. Hopefully, we can swing that.
That's the big one.
Yep.
Establish the run.
We need to establish that. Get that kick starting once again. Get Javonte Williams, like get ground running, get him up there, get him his 100+ yards, get us a couple of touchdowns in the red zone, end zone, sorry, and and then the passing game will play it out for itself, and we should go out there and dominate, hopefully. But again, my concerns would be the defense, but we already kind of outlined that. But all right, Mike, time for your favorite little segment. Hit me with your would you rathers.
All right then. Let me find the one I was just looking at. Okay, here we go. Would you rather Javonte Williams come out and have a 130-yard rush game? It's the first one that's gone that high for the Dallas Cowboys. Or Jaden Bleav comes out all of a sudden and has a big game.
Oh. It would be nice to see Jaden Bleav showing progression, but at the same time, I would like to get Javonte Williams back to what he was prior to that Carolina game. So I think the thing with Bleav will happen eventually, but I don't think it will happen in this game. So I'm going to stick with Javonte Williams in this one, I think.
Okay. All right. I got another one for you, though. This is a nice one.
Yeah, keep firing, man.
All right. Would you rather see George Pickens catch the game-winning touchdown or Jake Ferguson score 2 red zone touchdowns?
Jake Ferguson 2 red zone touchdowns. I don't want game-winning touchdown scenario. I'm sorry. I really do not want that. I really don't.
Yeah. All right. I got one more for you. Right.
All right.
So Kevontae Turpin is back.
Yep.
You've got Deron Bland. So would you rather Deron Bland score a pick 6 or Kevontae Turpin run in a kickoff return for a touchdown?
Right, come on. You know what my answer is going to be. Deron Bland. Come on.
Yeah.
We need something from this defense, especially within the secondary. We need something to spark a little bit of life. like a new lease of life to kind of like re-energize this defense to actually be competitive and actually take the pressure off our offense. So by far, DeLon Bland getting a pick six by far.
Okay, and then this is my last one. My
All right.
last one.
Oh well, before you do mention it, like folks, if you're watching via YouTube or on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, let us know what you think in terms of our Mike's Would You Rather's. Like, hit us in the comments and let us know what you think about this upcoming game. Do you think the Cowboys will win this game? Do you think Matt Eberflus can turn things around? We would love to hear your thoughts. But hit me with it with your final Would You Rather, Mike.
All right, my final Would You Rather. Would you like to see the Cowboys continue the trend where this offense is high-powered, completely unstoppable, but the defense is basically a broken sieve? Or flip it the other way around. Would you want to see the offense struggle, but the defense suddenly raises the bar and becomes completely scary good? Nasty.
That's an unfair one. You can't, mate, you cannot possibly answer that. Really, realistically, you can't. Like,
Yeah, which would you rather? That's all it is. I just asked you, what would you rather?
I would still stick to the offense, still scoring a lot more, to be perfectly
That's
honest.
the thing. That's the trouble. Is you just want to continue the trend because at least it's number one.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, mate.
Yeah, it's not a nice one.
No, it's not. Yeah, people in the comments, let Mike let him know how you feel about that last Would You Rather.
I have the skin of a rhino, mate. Don't you worry.
Oh, that you do, my friend. That you do. All right, then. Let's finish up this episode with our scores and bold predictions. So, obviously, we kind of outlined that on the UK Cowboys fans podcast. I went really high for both teams on this. I Bleav I said Dallas Cowboys 47. No, 41-37. It was 41-37 Cowboys.
Massively scoring, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lower. I think I went 35-28.
Yeah.
Cowboys winning. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, folks, let us know in the comments. Let us know what your score predictions is. But yes, in terms of the bold predictions, though, Mike, this is the this could go really bold in this game. Let's be honest. I'll go first. Like I'm still sticking to my guns. Even though with Turpin being back, I think Ryan Flournoy is going to have a great game. I think he's going to score his first touchdown for the Cowboys. I really do.
Okay. I am going to say, for all the lumps and bumps the linebackers are having this week, I'm going to say Kenneth Murray.
I thought you'd want to say Jack Sanborn pick six.
No. Kenneth Murray, not only does he get an interception, he also makes a forced fumble.
Okay. In terms of my defensive one, my bold prediction would be Reddy Stewart with a pick six.
That would be interesting. He's very aggressive, so
that's what I like about him. I like him. I think he's actually been some type of light of how dark this defense has been so far. Like some of the plays, he looked fantastic, but on other plays, he looked but what more would be great? Just something like you're saying. Cowboys need takeaways. We need sacks. We need interceptions. We need fumble recoveries. We need something just to spark a little bit of new life into this defense, because clearly what is happening for the past 4 or 5 weeks is not working at this moment. So we need something to balance the books of how high powered our offense is right now. George Pickens is playing balls out right now. Dak's playing at an elite level. CeeDee Lamb's now coming back. Turpin's coming back in. Ferguson's found his feet again. He's finding the end zone again. Like, everything is moving great in terms of offensively. Like obviously last week wasn't so much great for in terms of the run game, but we were establishing the run pretty well from those weeks prior to that. Like, no one, like, even ourselves, when we talked about Javonte Williams, we didn't expect him to have
with
such
surprise.
we didn't expect him to have such a good impact. So, but you have a but give me one offensive ball prediction, Mike, and we will finish up.
Yeah, okay. My bold prediction on this one is Dak Prescott gets 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns. So are we talking
3 passing, 2 rushing?
You're just copying Patrick Walker, aren't you?
I'm not. I actually you mentioned it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. So, in case you're wondering what we're talking about, the Talking Cowboys podcast was up in arms and hilarity today.
I need to watch it.
You need to. It is fun. It's so funny, man. I couldn't believe that literally happened. Just seeing our good friend Cal Yeomans, seeing Patrick Walker and the Sire standby, just mortified of what. Is it Jay Rodriguez? Is that? I think that's who it is. Let me just double check because I do have it right here actually. So, what? Yeah, it was Josh Rodriguez. Sorry, Josh. Not Jay. It's Josh. I do apologize, Josh, but that was hilarious. So if you do get to see, if you ever do see our show, man, like we just was like you brought some good entertainment today. Even though you looked scared for your life, thinking you may have been cancelled for what happened, but it was funny as hell. But yeah, man. But yeah, I believe Patrick Walker actually had the same prediction.
Nice.
I think it was 5 touchdowns, 3 of them being passes and 2 of them being rushing.
So we got exactly the same.
I believe so. I kind of.
That is an omen. It's a Halloween omen.
Yeah, it was either Josh or it was either Patrick that did say that. I'll need to go back and watch it, but yeah. But yeah, folks, that's the end of this episode. We will be back right after the for the post game show, which will be what time's kickoff here in the UK?
9:25. So it'll be about 11:30.
11:30 here in the UK. So it will be about 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Dallas time. The episode will be available roughly, give or take. So that was when our post-game reaction will be available. So, but yeah, be sure to go and check that out. But if you're new to the Worlds team, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on our social platforms. But before we do go, Mike, please tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Kenvig Cowboy. That's Kenvig with a K, Cowboy with a K. And you, Mr. P.
And I am P Stu on X and Instagram. Be sure to go and check out Mike on bloggingtheboys.com. Also, be sure to go and check out his articles and check out all the other amazing work that RJ Ocha and all the other guys do on Blogging with the Boys do as well. But that's it, folks. Cowboys play Washington this Sunday. More later games on that evening. But yes, folks, we will be back right after the game doing our post game, and we just need to cross our fingers, hoping our defense gets back onto winning ways. But like as always here on the World's team, it's not just America's team, it is the World's team. We'll see you guys right after the game on Sunday. Have a good one, folks, and enjoy the game.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team. Touchdown! It's the World's Team, only on Bleav, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?